Well, Vince, I think you're the first one. So what's up, man? Trying to decide. Hey, Gunner, what's up, man? You guys just give me a good on the audio. I might need to boost a little bit. Let me know. She's bit low. Okay, let me just boost just a smidgen here. I'm giving the RTX. I'm giving the RTX voice another try. I played around with things a little bit today, so hopefully it'll be a little bit better. Decided to take this cross beam off to get those underbolts done tonight. Hopefully that works out all right. Will, you can always do Q&A on my streams, man. So this is just my weekly hangout that I'm doing. Tonight I am in fact working on the BLV because I had reprinted a bunch of parts that I was unhappy with the quality they came out with. So I spent last night remixing a few of them. And then I spent last night printing them, and the last two parts are on Megatron right now, right here. Excuse me, printing. So you can always ask questions, but I'm just gonna kind of dive in here and start working on this. So we're gonna go here. Okay, I did set the aperture. Oh, I did set up manual a little bit better on the camera, so hopefully I won't get this exposure differences as I move throughout the frame. Better, so I just lowered these sidebars down a bit. That should help out with me getting this all off. So I reprinted all of these parts up top here. See if I can get a little bit closer here. I need to fix the zoom on this camera. It's not the best in the world. Come on. A little bit better. So yeah, I've got the new parts printed up here. So we're gonna just get these side beams down so I can easily access the underside of these carriages and kind of go from there. I got a CR10 Pro V2, Father's Day, very good, but the bed is warped. It has a BL Touch. I got some foil. If the bed is that warped, honestly, I would say return it and get another one. Not all of the beds from those large printers come warped. I actually got very lucky with my CR10 and my CR10S. These are, again, 3-year-old machines, but I got very lucky with those. If your bed is super warped, I definitely would try to get another one. It also might not be the bed. It might just be the glass that they use. You could always go ahead and throw on a piece of mirror, and that's going to be flat, and that might help you out. But either way, with a warped bed, if it has a BL Touch, it should be able to compensate for that. Unless it's like really rocking there, then a BL Touch will not be able to compensate for that. But it can go, what, plus or minus half a mil, I guess? Too darn sweet. You're out of the way now. So mesh leveling is just where it's taking various points and creating the flattest plane that it can. Thanks, man. Thanks for being a Marine too, brother. But basically, the mesh leveling is going to take a bunch of probe points and it's going to create the flattest mesh that it can. I know I hate using a term in order to define a term, but it basically creates its flattest canvas that it can of your bed, and it tries to differentiate or tries to um, average out those dips. All right, so we're going to start with get these tops off and out of the way. Screwdriver, where did I leave that? Okay. Yes, it would help your situation. Yeah, I mean, if you're using the BL Touch, you're using Tiny Machines firmware. This is taking a little bit too long. So we're going to switch to the drill. Hopefully that'll help out a little bit faster. Oh, finally, Brandon, you got those parts like 2 weeks ago. I did already pre-drill all of the new parts. So what I did was in the remix is I created a sacrificial layer in there. So now there was no support to pull out. So this printed 100% without support upside down like this. And that really helped out quite a bit. I'm not really happy. This is Amazon Basics filament, their new filament. And I'm really not happy with it at all. Yeah, the Wham Bam mat is fine. It's flat. I don't have any issues with mine. Also, hope I'll be able to use the right size bolts this time on the bottom of these parts. Where'd I put the new one? Oh, right here. Yeah, those just drop right in now, which is really nice. Everything just fits in there just the way it should. I like that. I'm going to zoom out because you can't really see a whole lot going on in there anyways. Let's go like here-ish so you can kind of see all what I'm working on. European Basics filament. I don't know where they're getting it from, but it did come wet, the PETG. That's why I did have issues on the first print. So I was like, I'll just let it go. But then after having the issues and having to reprint, I pulled out, I bought 2 spools of the same color. So I put one over there to print, and then I put the other one in my air dryer all night and let that run. And that seemed to have really helped the bubbling and everything else that I was having with those parts. Where's the new one? Oh, that's the new one. This is old part. But I might have to do another video on the Amazon Basics film because I recommended their PETG because it worked great whenever I first tried it. But if they've now changed vendors, that really changes my opinion of it then. Oh, excuse me. I need a drink. Throat's dry. Dream Obsession, what's up, man? Are linear reels worth it on a CR10S? Maybe. I mean, it'll definitely make it a little more sturdy. I don't really have too many issues with my original CR10S. It works pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take apart both these sides first before I can remove this bottom section. carefully pull these out so I don't lose the bearings everywhere. I want to be able to grab them and transfer them to the new setup. Washer, I could say. Okay. So, yeah, just the parts are night and day difference, night and day after drying that filament. Which I kind of figured it'd been good since it's right out of the box, but not so much. Not so much at all. Say I am impressed with certain parts of this kit so far, less with other parts of it. Dr. Jekyll, that is true as long as you keep them oiled. They are not 100% maintenance free, but they are easy to maintain. I can definitely say that. Oh yeah, come on. There we go. Now we can take these off. Down a bit more. No more, Emma. Is that Z-axis mod really helpful for the 10S model? Which you mean when I use I'm not tracking which mod you're talking about. I'm sorry. I think you mean the one where I had like the frame braces. It's good for any tall printer, honestly. Anything over 300 millimeters, unless it's built like a brick house, is going to have Z-wobble. Anything. Okay, I'll take it out later. I don't need it right now. This one, yeah. So Aaron and I already started modifying the BLV files. He started a little bit heavier than I did to try and make this printer a little more printable. Because while the design is honestly a very, very cool design, the actual practicality of the printer is not great. Um, like its printability is not great at all. It is definitely lacking in several places. Where support is needed, and like this overhang is just abysmal. Like in PETG. Now the other side came out better than this one. This one kind of blobbed a little bit, but that's the issues you will have with PETG from time to time. And again, this part is underneath. You're not going to see it, and doesn't affect the structure of it, so I was not worried about reprinting it. But I mean, if instead of doing fillets, you added some chamfers here and there, it would make the printability of this kit much, much higher, and the quality of the parts for it higher as well. So definitely going to take this as a starting point. I want to build this out. Yeah, I want to build this out just like I did the Hypercube. I mean, the way that it was designed to be printed. But I had to modify these parts to get them to print better, just because clearing out the port, it literally took me 4 hours maybe to clear out all the support on those previous parts, where these were ready in 20 minutes maybe, just drilling out each one of the holes. All right, so that's that side done. We'll go take the other side off. What do you think? To the new parts. But also the filament is not very consistent, I can say. I'm definitely seeing some consistency issues. When I just printed another brand of PETG that was very consistent on Megatron, and it did not have these inconsistencies in it. Actually, these ones are from the Mark III's, which I know doesn't have any inconsistent issues, but yet I am seeing them in print. So, not too fond of that issue. Yeah, here. I actually fit the 10 mil in here. It slides in so nicely now. Very happy with this. I mean, this is such a simple change. All I did was pull it into Fusion, and again, going off of Aaron's recommendation, I made sacrificial layers. So I just had to drill out all of these holes, and they all printed without support. I just added a support block to kind of the top of this part here, because that is a perpendicular line there. But yeah, I mean, after doing that, these printed fantastic. Oh, I did think about installing those nuts first. I think I'm gonna try that now. Get the nuts installed. I think these are still going to be an absolute affair to get in. I really do. Let's see if the screw will. Front one matched up, which was the easy one yesterday to do. For two on that side. Go to the other side and do that. Stefan, what's up, man? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, is the rail core a core XY? That one? So now we can get the X back on here. Okay. And we can lock down. All right, we feel good. We're back almost where we were the other day. Yeah, Chris is building one right now. The stuff is questionable on this machine with some of the uh, design choices that Ben took on this printing. Okay. I think there. I think this one actually went in properly. That one is spinning. Solve this chain. Spin all the way. That's because it's twisting the nut in there. Oop. Lost that one. Fighting that poorly. Let's get the other side done and we'll come back to that one there. So I need this. We need this one. Oh no! Forgot to hold on to that. Okay. Let's see these. Okay, that one went any good. So it's just this one here in the front. It's being a little iffy on me. So, alternatives. Okay, that's in there now. So far, we're off to a way better start than we were. Oh, 30 session. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, the BLV, it's really like $90, I think, for the aluminum kit. I mean, it's kind of turning into railcore. Railcore people like to be real spendy. I'm not a huge fan of that. Pull these off. We've got some fresh pieces off of Megatron. As you can see, there's those sacrificial layers in there with a smidgen of glue stick. But yeah, these came out so much nicer. A little bit of inconsistency in there in the filament. Other than that, these turned out really nice. So let me mute here for a minute and drill these out. Yeah, you can hear that. And just like that, we're good to go. $2,600 for a rail core. Yeah, I can't. There's no way in good conscience I can spend that much money on a 3D printer. I mean, in the railcore groups, from what I understand, what I see and hear, I mean, it's all about who can spend the most money on that printer. To be honest, almost seems like a competition to see who can spend the most money on a single 3D printer. I mean, why spend $2,600 on a single printer when you can buy a literal fleet of printers somewhere else? But if you only have one printer, that's what you spend your money on, then by all means, spend your money on it. But I can't even justify, $120, $150 board to put in a 3D printer. So I'm clearly a little biased against spending that much money on a printer. I mean, my Folger Tech is probably the most expensive one I have, and that's like $800 now, probably, after all the upgrades and stuff on it. Okay, so this one is this side. We'll start the back left again here. Hopefully, drilling these out. I need to drill out these side holes too real quick. Hang on 1 minute again. Easy enough. So I am actually debating a Voron for maybe a late 2020 or a 2021 build. A Voron might be nice. I think if I eliminate a couple more printers, or maybe salvage some of these that I have, and then just buy some extrusion. So I also saw the SK Go, what's it called? SK Go, yeah. That looked like a very interesting build as well. So there's definitely lots of them to do out there, and I'm having a little more fun with these custom build printers rather than just kind of reviewing whatever it is someone sends me. What's up, Viking? I'm not going to be able to get to that. If I can finagle it on there. Take this one off here so I can slide that one in there, I think, easy enough. Should do it. Slide. What do with that T-nut? I caught it. Look at that. Man. All right. That's kind of the one odd thing about a lot of these mounts is the geometry that it's using to, especially this one where you have inside and inside T-nuts, and then you have one from the bottom here. You can't seat all those on there and then slap this on and go. You have to do order of operations and kind of get it where it needs to be, and then get the rest on there. But that's that corner down. Let me get this other corner here prepped. Let me get that real quick. that was the back left main corner in. Now we're going to do the back right main corner in. And then I think we'll be able to mount the motors and get started on that piece of the puzzle. Well, I can at least mount the single bolt to hold the motors in place. Okay, so those main corners are in. That is pretty fantastic. I think what we'll need to do now is yeah, so these actually come up from the bottom. Oh, I missed these two parts here. This guy needs to go in there. This guy needs to go in here. And they need to go in with nylock. So steal the nylock out of this one. Drilled this out. Apparently I didn't. This is where a high torque small screwdriver would come in handy. I've been looking at them online. Found one that I like yet. Also, the orientation. I meant to say the orientation of these prints is not good because these other ones here, I cracked both of them right here by pulling this up and this nut down in here, pulling up on here. It cracked the carriage in this orientation. It needs to be oriented in a different way. Otherwise, it's just going to keep happening. Okay, that makes those Y carriages completely done there. Yeah, completely done. We've got good movement all the way. I'm gonna take these zip ties off soon here. Actually, let me fish out the motors. All right. So the motors do have the label little tags on them at the Z. Oh shoot. It's X. I can't read, apparently. So these are two labeled X. These are big, beefy motors labeled there. So I think we'll run the cables. I guess right through the back, I guess. That's the way to do it. Now I need to figure out what size. I think I can get away with one of these short threes, maybe? This is where documentation kind of stops. Work. And there's still plenty of space for me to get in there and on uh, the pulleys, which I'm obviously not doing that yet. I don't know, might get that tonight, but wouldn't mind getting the belt tonight. That'd be kind of cool. All right, we got two motors installed. Hot dog. This is the new one. So this one is for that side. Got these ones for that side. Yeah, 'cause I don't think they had a video on these back corners anywhere. Let's take a look here real quick. So if I look into the, where's the model at here? Oh, Aaron sent me his screwdriver set that he's using, which is pretty sweet. So here's the rear corners when I remix them. So he doesn't have any of the hardware in here except for the belts, which is fine and dandy, but I also have not printed the carriage out yet, so I can't hook anything up to that. So let's just, I guess let's prep the pulleys to go in. If you can get all those built, they're all built the same way. And that should be able to get that part done there, I think. Hey Zoomy, what's up, man? Funky Dog, what's up? Chris Travis, hello, hello. I think we should, Aaron. I would build it. I mean, there's a few features in this printer that are not really necessary. Like this 2020 here in the back. What's that for? All it's for is to mount these grills here to have kind of like a back chassis area. But like, and I'm guessing you mount the board down here somewhere. That's the one thing, is there's no mounting system for the board or anything, or unless it goes in the back of this electronics part here. There's nothing on where to mount the board to, so I'm gonna have to figure that one out. But yeah, I say let's create some pulleys and kind of go from there. I think that'll be the best thing to do now. What size? Oh, I wanted to check, make sure there didn't any videos on it, which I don't think he did. So this is for the Z-axis. This is for the X-axis. The front belt tensioner system. We've got frame assembly, front control panel, X carriage, front belt, Y-axis, Z-axis. That's it. And then the printer printing. So I need to figure out what size bolts to use. 35s. So drill these out. They are loose, so I'll put a little piece of tape in the bottom just to hold those bolts in place. So I can fish my pulleys down on there. See you, Viking. Where'd that model go here? Yeah, so it looks like there's 3 pulleys consecutive right here. And then that is, I'm on the left side over here. Yeah, 3 pulleys. And then that is just to the extruder, or to the motor, that hole there. So let's go ahead and build some pulleys here. Thankfully, these will be easier than those stupid X ones to build, or Y carriage ones. Five, 6. Pulleys. Washers on each of these. Pulley on each of them. They pulley, I should say bearing. And then this here now. The washer. Okay. And the last one and some. Okay, there's that one done. I guess I can get out the pulley and put that on real quick. There it is. Jim, what's up? I need to line these up. Take it out to tighten down, looks like. I'm none too psyched at the routing. You can't really put these top covers on and then route your belt afterwards. It's going to be impossible, literally. I need to find a small Allen wrench for these. The grub screws on these are tiny. The 1.5 mil Allen wrench to get those things in there. Pretty in line. Now let's build the pulleys over there. So I need a couple more of these 35 mils. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't need 30. These are much shorter though. But there is a bottom part to this one though. Here. I need to get this installed first. So where the left side has 2 pieces, the main motor holder and bearing holder, and then it has the top plate. This one has a much shorter main motor holder with some bearing holders. Then it's got this little itty bitty piece that clips on under here for part of the motors. And then it has the top plate to cover it all up. So that is one difference between the left and right there. Also, I mean, why? We question that still, but whatever. Somehow. Up right there. Folks. piece of tape to hold those in. This is just so I can pre-stage these bearings later. I really don't see any other way how to do this. To be honest, I don't at all. So we need 6 more bearings, which might be all we have left here. 2, 4, 6, yep. I mean, at least they gave me enough. I always worry about that with kits. Even for American companies, like, you hope that you got everything you need, which is why most companies include at least like 1 or 2 spares of all of these little parts. I feel like Bane from Batman Returns. Bomb. Was that Batman Returns? That was Batman Forever, wasn't it? Ivy and Mr. Freeze. These are on. We'll figure out where we need to put this at. This one will be much higher than the other one was. Oh, I can reach it. I have to take the motor off this time. Bam. Now I am curious though. These bearings. And I don't know why, but I'm guessing it's for alignment that these bearings fit right up into these here. This is a new one. Oh, this is a new one. And these bearings are going to capture the top of the shaft of those. Yeah, that's how those are going to do it. So they're going to capture the top. All right, let's clip these zip ties because we should be able to move it up without falling off now. So the risk of that, of losing the bearings, is over, I think. In there. And there. Noting a smidgen more resistance in the back here. Front's good, but just ever so slightly resistance here in the back. I might, since I have this beam here on the side lowered, I might just go ahead and realign the back of these again real quick. Just to see. Realign one of them. Should be good though, man. I used the tool, but now we're going to Now we're totally smooth across that. And I can also remove the X ones, because that can't go anywhere either. Take a slime tool. So we're good all the way there. We're good front to back. Very smooth. Very happy with that. That is awesome, awesome sign there. So, I guess belts now. And then we'll just end up just popping it off the end there. Alright, here's the belts. Pretty sure this is not pre-cut. So that's awesome. There's just a giant length of belt here. Hey, Eduardo. The nipple suit Batman movie, yeah. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use this. You guys can see my guide here. So we're gonna undo the rear corners, these top bodies. Yeah, like that. All right, so now we can see where these all go. Now if I go on the X carriage, none of these are labeled, so like honestly like the core bit of this is rather annoying. Oh, X carriages. You can hide that. Hide that. Hide that. Oy vey. I don't need that there. Don't need that there. Don't need this. So that's how they start and end right here. Looks like they just loop onto there that way. So we'll start with, we'll go from the bottom left. Teeth out. Starting point here to go. This out here. Come on. My inner Ivan. This stays like this, and then the belt goes. Let me turn off these front corners now. Oh, the teeth are down. Whoops, I put that backwards already. Crit. Okay, let them go. I'm gonna be chasing the cat here in just a minute. Scaredy cat. Okay, so then this, bring this up and over. Here. Now for the fun part on these back corners here. So goes around that bearing and then around this bottom one. Side of this bearing. So then we go across here. We're looking at the bottom belt. It just goes through the one bearing on the lower half. Through probably that one there. Yeah, we're gonna go through that one and then back to the carriage. So we're gonna leave a fair bit of overlap here, just in case. The better way would have been to cut this in half, but you know, it be. Such is life. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start on the other side. So we're doing another piece of tape. Start fishing this through. Teeth together. Okay. Through. Capture it. here. Same routing on that one. Here. This one. I think it's gonna go that. Verifying the drawing. That is the proper routing. Yeah, outside and then inside that. So here. Here. East side of this. Save a whole lot of space on that. Well, see, I don't think that looks out. Okay, so now those are all in place. I'm going to go ahead and cap them. But I need to put the M5s on here, which I need to clean some more. Enough for this. Yeah, so we're doing better tonight. Definitely better tonight than we were last night. That's in bolts. Feeding all of these through at once, it's going to be a challenge. One turn. Ah, wrong size. Where's it at? There we go. I did not see this bearing wanting to go on that motor. I just want to say screw it. I mean, I don't even know if that's really necessary, to be honest. It's really overkill, in my opinion. Like, really overkill. So I don't think the holes line up properly, to be honest. They don't line up. I don't know. Anybody ever build one of these? They say the yeah, this is the BLV Cube 50 Shades Array. Now, Aaron, I do not, which is why that is taped. I'm going to be printing out tonight. I think it's going to be Monday. Ah, let's get this secured this way. Tighten up the bearing bearing bolts. Back hole here, there's a hole there, but that's to the extrusion. It doesn't come with a tap, and it doesn't even talk about making any holes. So six is coming for other projects, so I guess I can always, when that tap and those screws get here, I can nothing. Yeah, it's a little on the overkill side. It's really not necessary, but I guess we'll see. Oh, bam. This bearing does match up. Two nylocks. not pinched, so that's good. Yeah, that's the back ones. Might try to do that bearing one more time, so we can get that bearing in there. Oh, I didn't even notice. I'm wearing my Batman shirt, and I'm talking about Batman. Right. Definitely not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Not gonna lie. Definitely thought that was gonna be worse. Where'd that bearing go? Okay, sorry guys, 1 second here. Yeah, what is that? It's totally wrong. Tappy tappy. I guess. It's right there. It looks like it's dead on now, though. I'm not understanding why it's not. freely. It will once there's tension on the belt, I guess, but definitely not moving as freely as I would have liked. Oh man, what are we doing here? CNX, what's up, dude? Andre said he missed. Yeah, so yesterday I did install all of these parts here, but I had issues, so I reprinted all of these parts here, and I just finished re-adding them. That actually only took an hour and a half to do all of that work. It really was not that bad. I may go back and reprint these front ones as well. I'm not really terribly happy with how they turned out. So I might reprint these tonight along with the X carriage, and then for Monday's stream, I will go ahead and do that part of the installation on Monday. Yeah, for Monday's stream. Not terribly sure yet, but I think that's going to be the route I go here for it. So far, those are good. So we've got the belts installed, just not terminated here on X. And we got the idlers in here. So yeah, I want to get this squared away Monday, and then I already have all of the pieces for Z installed. So we'll square this away for Monday. We'll get X carriage installed, at least the base carriage. I'm not sure which. There's several. If you look in here at the, let's do this one here. So if you look here at the hot end assembly, there are several different options for the fans, and I think he outlines it on the website or in the documentation here. I think he outlines what each are for. Well, here's if you need help with the routing of the belts right here. That's how you do that. Oh, it does show the pulley on top. Now the clips, the calibration stuff. Oh, where's the website? Shows it better on here, I think. Assembly instructions. Okay. Yeah, right here. Here's the different mounts that they're there for. So there's this one's for a 12mm sensor, 8mm sensor, a BL Touch. This one does come with the IR module. So this is here. I've never used an IR module before. I don't know if anybody else has. I don't know the reliability. I don't know if they have any limitations. I do have a 12mm sensor that I could install on this. But yeah, this is, yeah. This is not it. Is it? Oh yeah, I guess it is. So this is, let me switch cameras here real quick. Do this, where are we at here? There we go. Nope, come on. Yeah, that's fine. So you were just focusing fantastic 5 minutes ago. So this is the little IR module that it has, I guess. So this mounts on there somehow. And this is the bed leveling sensor. Oh, this is what the Volron uses as well. Oh, okay. This is for Andre. This is for the Z probe. So I guess I'll go with that version there. Whoops. And see how that works out. So that's the probe. So I'll probably get that, I guess, installed on that. I have all the parts open here. Yeah, so if I go back to the Fusion one, yeah, so this one right here is for that IR probe to kind of bolt onto there. So it's only a few pieces here, very similar to the FT5, where it's got a top plate, a front plate, back plate, and then it has the yeah, so there's that IR module right there we can install. So this does also have a direct drive version to use. I'm not terribly sure what I want to do. If I want to do the Bowden, I really would like this to be direct drive. I do know here though in the, so I can take out, these are my modified parts. I might need to, I'm going to check these out. So here's all the X carriage. These are all the X carriage parts. Make this big there. These are all the X carriage parts here. So that's for a Zesty Nimble. Don't need that. This one is just the front plate. Okay. This is the BMG direct drive mount. And then which of these are for direct drive? Come on. So 8 to 12 megabit sensor, direct drive. I don't need Zesty. Don't need Zesty. The X carriage bottom. That's for BL Touch. It's just the standard one. It's for Chimera. There's the IR Mini. All right, so that's the one I'm using is the IR Mini. We've got the top. Then we've also got this top. We have this top. I guess I'm going to do direct drive. Has to be that one. I don't need this or this. Yeah, I'm going to do the BMG direct drive. I don't need that one. Don't need that one. I need this direct drive one here. Yeah, because I'm guessing that clips onto the top up there. I don't know if I'll need that, but I'll still print it just in case. And then, yeah, see, none of these parts are oriented in the proper direction here. I'll print this one out too, just in case I need that. That's good in that orientation. And then I don't need the Zesty Nimbleness. This is the X carriage bottom. Again, I don't know if I actually need this one or not. I will modify that one to make that printable, because that's not printable the way it is right now. Actually, I guess right the way it is like this. I can print it that way. That'll work. Again, that's for the IR. So we'll put that on its face that way. This one and this will have to go on itself like that. Can all this fit in one plate? Yes, it can. All right. So I need to do a wee bit of support right there. I'll need to make this part printable, this part printable. So that's not too bad. That's not too many changes I have to do there. Kent, you can always join my Discord. There's a link down below if you want. Yeah, so that's all of those parts. Actually, I think this one gets printed on its face. But again, I need to make that printable because he does have a thing here for print orientation. And yeah, he has that on its face. So I'll need to, I have a few of these parts I need to modify to make them a little more printable. Because some of these are definitely not off the bat. This one can go on its side there. Yeah. Definitely think that'll be the way to go there. No, this one right here, this way. All those pieces are face down. That's face down. Where else are we here? I'm not putting fans on the motors. I think that's just silliness. It's not really needed. Yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty good. So I'll just modify a few of these parts in Fusion and kind of go from there. I know at least what I need to modify in order to get this going. But yeah, I also need to look on the forum and see what other people are doing for their direct drive BMG versions. But I think direct drive would be the way to go. I mean, I want to be able to print flexibles with this. I mean, I want to print everything with it. And I don't know if it has an all metal throat. If it doesn't, I can always throw one on and a hard nozzle. And then I can print anything with this that I want, which will be really sweet. I just need to, I'll need to make sure that I get this partially enclosed. I did order some panels, so what the kind of the goal is here is to put panels at least on the side, the back, this side, the bottom. I think I'll leave the front open, or maybe do like a partial, maybe with foam core like I did for the FT5 and some magnets. Maybe make some magnet mounts for the front here. Go just to clip that on. Well, I do magnets for all of them, to be honest. I've messed with that before. I mean, my this right here. So this is my airbrush thing, and this is all with magnets. So anytime I need to use my airbrush or paint something, it's very simple just to pull that out, pop it open. It's using 6mm magnets, and they just latch to each other and it holds. So I can do the same thing, cut the pieces here to fit, put them on, and go from there. I still am confused on where the electronics is supposed to go in this printer. I'm guessing somehow in the back here. I'm guessing. But there are no mounts anywhere in any of these parts. There's no mounts for any of the electronics. So what are you supposed to mount it to? Unless I'm missing it, but I'm just not seeing anywhere where the electronics mount to. So definitely something to figure out. The front panel is a lot of parts to go in the front panel, and I still need to decide which LCD I'm going to use. This comes with a discount rep wrap full graphic. Yeah, Gunner, I figured that, but there's no actual mounts for it. That's my thing. And I have a piece of acrylic. I guess I could mount it to this crossbeam and this top crossbeam are the same distance. I could put a piece of acrylic on there and drill it right into there. But it's something I'll need to figure out, I guess. Yeah, need to figure that out. But this is exciting. I mean, we're moving along. Definitely moving along here. I am worried I cut that one belt too short, so I'll have to see. If I did, I'll just I have more belts here. I'll just staple it together and then just pull the one side and pull it all the way through everything. That'll be the best way to go about pulling a longer belt in. But I think I left enough space. Well, I guess time will tell. I'm definitely going to spend some time on the Facebook group and kind of look through the pictures, what people have done, and just to ensure that I'm going to mount everything up properly. But you'll see the next installment to this on Monday night. I'm going to stream Monday night with this builds. We'll have new Y carriages to put on. I might have already put those on before I stream. But we'll see. I'd like to get these on so that I can pull these bars up and get all that measuring done. That's going to take me a little while, so I think I'll go ahead and replace both these from the undercarriages here, or just this one has it, right? Yeah, that one doesn't have it. But I'm still not happy with the quality of the print because the filament was wet. I'll reprint these. I think I'll print my modified versions that don't need any support, and that'll be a better option, I think, kind of going with that. I'll get those printed, drilled out, mounted on properly. Yeah, definitely made some good progress today. I'm happy with where we are. This is probably the hardest part of the build right here. The Z carriage is, barely a dozen parts to put on. Just assuming that you put the Z on square and that your spacings are exact. Definitely need to make sure that is, which is why I had to kind of modify this a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty good. So I think I'm going to go ahead and call it there. That was a pretty good stream. Need to put a panel electronics panel. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could do underneath. Well, underneath on Plex, there's not really a lot of space. So the back is where I think it's supposed to go. You're supposed to put grills in the bottom and then grills on the top here to kind of make this back chamber. I do know I have at least one piece of plexi outside in my storage space, and if I have that, I don't have Home Depot here, so that doesn't help. I'll see if that piece of plexi will fit in this space. That might be a real good option to figure out. But yeah, good progress tonight. I'm going to count tonight as a big win. I'm glad that these printed parts came out better after some modification. That definitely does help out a lot. I guess the last thing I'll do here before I'll sign off, but I'm going to just make sure these motors get bolted in so I don't forget about that. Pictures of electronics in the back. All right, I'll check all that out. But yeah, I'm going to do that. Get to working on some other things tonight. So thank you guys for hanging out. A really good stream. And we're getting a lot to the left of the LCD, rest of electronics. Oh, that's interesting. I'll check it out. But hey, if you guys want to continue chatting about this, make sure to join the Discord. I'll be on there tonight. I also do streams on there, just kind of hanging out when I'm designing something, or if anybody has anything, people can ask in there. And it's usually a lot of fun. A lot of people end up joining in and showing what they're doing. Got their 3D printer competition going on still. A lot of people sharing ideas, what they're using with that, or what they're designing and what parts they're using, things like that. It's pretty cool. So remember, if you want to help out, there's links down below. Otherwise, stay safe, wash your hands, happy printing. I'll see y'all on Monday night.